Okay, so my friend Rachel asked if I could meet my younger self, what would I tell them, and how would I help them prepare for world changes? Well, I think most millennials can agree on this one that right off the bat, I would just say get a job that pays half decent and just buy a house as soon as possible because pretty soon it's going to be kind of out of reach. I don't think it's going to stay that way. Have hope. I have hope for the future, but definitely I would pass that advice along. Maybe, although I guess it depends how young I meet myself, because I'm sure everyone can agree on this. We're all at different stages in life as life progresses, right? Like a child self is going to be much different than a 12-year-old self is going to be different from a 16 or even a 20-year-old self. We go through a lot of rapid changes when we're young. But I guess within the question itself, lots of people ask that question, but I find it really intriguing because when you ask the question, it sort of instantly spurs a little bit of a regret. Like, I think very few people actually say, I wouldn't tell my younger self anything, or I'd just say, keep doing what you're doing, thumbs up. I think very few people would say that. Looking back and saying, oh, gee, I made a mistake back then. I wish I was someone else. I wish I had done things differently. Like I say, I would tell myself to buy a house. Well, I guess I was at a different point in life, and I wasn't really ready to take that road yet. And by the time I was ready to take that road, the world had changed quite a bit. I think the most important thing then is to just have a little compassion with yourself and understand that you were in a different phase of life, whatever advice you'd give yourself. There was knowledge that you didn't have back then, and there were facts that you didn't have back then that you do have now. And so maybe just be a little bit compassionate with yourself, if ever that thought comes to mind. Maybe even if I had told myself that advice when I was younger, maybe my younger self wouldn't have done it. I think one of my life's biggest regrets at the moment was that I spent a huge number of years given into depression and marijuana addiction. And so I ended up just burning away many, many years. I just basically threw them out the window, didn't progress career, relationships, or anything for a good solid many years. So that's always been a big regret for me. So I could always go back and tell myself not to do that. But then again, at that point in time, that was the best I could do. That really was the best I could do in that moment, thinking back. And I think sometimes where we're at in different stages is the same thing. Sometimes if we make mistakes or we're absent of knowledge, it really is the best that we could do back then. And maybe whatever advice that we're giving ourselves now, maybe that would change. Like maybe if we could talk to our 80-year-old self, we're gonna learn new things in the future as our life progresses that we don't know now. But that's okay because we're at a certain stage where we're comfortable with certain things in our life right now, right? I'm much more comfortable working on my career or working on my relationships than I was back then. And when I'm 80 years old, I might be, I don't know, who knows? Maybe I'll look back and say, oh, gee, I wish I had done this differently. But then again, I'm not my 80-year-old self right now. But yeah, I remember seeing a video online a long time ago. I forget who it was, what the gentleman's name was. But he was saying it is pointless to try and condemn ourselves for not being different in the past because we were in a different phase. We weren't ready. We were only ready for certain things, and we only had certain bits of knowledge and experiences when we were younger. But then we learn more and think, I wish things had been different. Life is like that. Life is very much, it's always a test. And the sad thing about life tests is we usually get the test first and then learn the lesson afterwards. From that perspective, I think it's really important to just simply say, you're doing your best. Each and every person is doing their best. You're doing your best. And don't hold that against yourself. understand that you've always been doing your best. Even me, when I was at my worst, I look back and I can say that was the best I could do at that point in time. And that really was me doing my best. And if I do have regrets about past decisions, I think the best thing you can do is make those changes now, because that shows that you're ready at this point in time now to progress into a next phase or learn a certain lesson or have a certain kind of new experience. So anyway, hope that helps. All the best. Much love.